Did you know bees are pollinators, which means they gather pollen from the flowers of plants? Almost 90% of all wild plants and 75% of all crops we grow for food depend on pollination from animals like bees. 1 out of every 3 mouthfuls of our food we eat depend on pollinators.
Hi, and welcome to the B1 example problems. Just in review, for ladybug and spider, we used what we call the 10-pair addition and 10-pair subtraction rules in the case where we didn't have enough beads on the rod to add the number we want. Well, here in B, we're going to introduce a second abacus rule in the situation when we don't have enough earthly beads to add or subtract the number that we want. So let's go ahead and work through this problem and see when this condition arises. So I'm going to place 8 on the abacus. Then I'm going to subtract 5. Then I'm going to add 7. Well, you can see I only have 6 beads available to add 7, which is not enough. So I use my 10-pair addition rule by adding 1 to the next rod left and subtracting 7's 10-pair 3. So far so good. Now I'm going to add 2, and then next I want to add 4 to my target rod. But as you can see, I only have 2 earthly beads, which is not enough to add 4. But I do have the heavenly 5 bead also available, so I have enough beads on the target rod to add 4. The question is, how do I do that? Well, this is where our second rule comes in, and it's called the 5-pair addition rule. And there are only 2 5 pairs, 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, which are 2 single-digit numbers that add to 5. So in this B1 example problems, we're going to focus only on the 4 and 1 5 pair. So the rule is quite simple and very similar to our 10-pair addition rule. For the 5-pair addition rule, we're simply going to add 5, and then we're going to subtract 4's 5 pair, which is 1. So let's take a look at that one more time. So if I want to add 4, but I don't have enough earthly beads, and I do have the 5 bead available, I can do it in the form of a 5 pair by adding 5 and subtracting 4's 5 pair 1 for a final answer of 16. Let's take a look at a second example. I'll place 9 on the abacus, subtract 5, and now I want to add 4. Well, as you can see, I don't have any earthly beads available to add 4, but I do have the heavenly 5 bead. So again, this is our condition for the 5-pair addition rule. It says add 5 and then subtract 4's 5 pair, which is a 1. Let's move on with this problem. We'll subtract 7, and then we're going to add 4 again. Well, let's look at this. We only have 3 earthly beads, which is not enough, but we do have the 5 bead. So again, in this problem, we're going to add another 5 pair by adding 5 and subtracting 4's 5 pair 1 for a final answer of 5. So there you have an introduction of the 5-pair addition rule.
Hi, and welcome to the B1 finger movement example. In this example, we're going to practice working with our first 5 pair. So let's put a 2 on the abacus, and now we want to look at the finger movement to add 4 to 2. Well, as you can see, we only have 2 earthly beads, so we can't add the 4 directly, but we can do it using our 5-pair addition rule using the 5 bead. by adding 5 and then subtracting 4's 5 pair, which is 1. So it's a really simple movement that will help us solve many more new problems using the 5 beat. So again, the finger movement is very simple with our index finger.